Hello and namaskar. I'm in conversation with Professor Patrick Whitney, who is at Harvard University and is here in India to talk about design change program. So, how would we really take on the spirit of design thinking into our practical operations here in India, especially?
Two things. One is you want to expand your goal for innovation to go beyond products and services to the experience of the users and to the activities that they do in daily life that can be made easier and more joyful.
Especially we are talking here to agriculture ministry officials, so farmers, the rural India, I think becomes very crucial and significant what you're talking about, sir.
Well, yes, the agriculture is, of course, an essential, life-essential topic, and we have ways of combating the tendency of it to provide less and less money for more and more people. We have to not only change the production of the agriculture industry, we have to change the value web so that it is worth. The sign of success for agriculture is going to be, can we get young people to stay in the villages to work on the farms? That's the measure of success, and that's going to be a challenge, but that's what we have to do.
So what would be the key points that or takeaways that we, in a common sense can take forward? Something that, works from how we design to what we actually produce or deliver.
Well, we think you need to look at the whole system. You have to look at the aspirations of the users. You have to look at the strategy of the company. You have to look at the value web that produces the reasons why people work. You have to know what the offerings are. And all of those are complicated questions by themselves. And it's what's needed is for us to understand what the link is between each of those questions so we can create a systemic solution. Systemic solutions are important, but people forget there are two types of systems. There are algorithmic systems where you know the content of the elements and you know how they interact with each other. And if you don't know them, you know where to go to get them. Much softer, much harder, much more difficult to deal with are behavioral systems. That's the activities of daily life that are driven by emotion and cultural change and social change. We need to understand behavior as well as we understand algorithmic systems.
And how do we also see the multi-dimensional approach to it? So we are talking about, let's say, an economic side to the social side as well. So we're talking about community-specific behaviors as well, sir.
Two things. One is you need to know the purpose of your project at an organization level. Why am I creating this car? Why am I creating this food for sale? And the second thing is we need to know what the purpose of it is, how it fits into the environment and a healthy and happy and prosperous life. Companies that make products frequently go and dig up the earth for resources and leave it scarred, leaving it for the government to repair it. Then they make the product, and the product has a lifespan of 2 or 3 years, and then they go bury it in another hole in the ground. The cost of getting the resources out of the ground and the cost of repairing the holes in the ground of the landfills should be built into the initial cost of the product, so that the people buying it aren't being subsidized by other citizens. People should pay the whole cost of products and services.
So here at IIPA, this program is being hosted by CBC. We've heard about terms like security to welfare, to how more understanding can come in, sir. What would you say about this very interactive session which is happening here?
Marvelous. They're very, very engaged. It's the first time I've had an audience say, we don't want to break for lunch, we're going to keep working. Their questions are blazingly smart questions, and their discussion is wonderful. So this is a joy.
Okay, any other input that you would like to share? We are, of course, heading for the post-lunch session, but anything that you'd like to advise or maybe share in terms of how we can really improve upon things that are already being done?
Well, organizations have to change to match how the products and services are getting made. There's a general movement to involve the user more and more in the specification of the products and services. That's only going to increase as we move to platform production systems, where the users will be doing the final design on a platform owned by the company. Every chance we get, we should try to nudge the organization, the ministry, towards being more responsive to users, to being more conscious of the whole cost of innovations, and to understand the network of benefits that come from creating great designs.
Thank you so much for talking to us here, sir. And this perspective that is given by Professor Patrick Whitney is surely going to help us in understanding better and looking at what we can deliver better. Thank you for watching.